or 8 count, excuse me, of the 6-ounce Black Angus Filet Mignon and lobster tails. Oh, it is the ultimate in surf and turf, and we're presenting it at a price that is going to blow you away. So think about the last time you went to a fine dining white linen tablecloth restaurant and ordered surf and turf. Usually it says market price or something ridiculous, and then you get your bill and you're like, what? Oh my gosh. Here it works out to $34.75 for a surf and turf serving, or if you get the 8 count, $31.50 for a surf and turf serving. It's an incredible offer and opportunity. Ask about the 4 of the 6-ounce fillets and lobster tails, or the 8 of the 6-ounce lobster and tails. This is another opportunity to, again, indulge in the finest quality meats from Rastelli's, but then also wild-caught Maine lobster. Yes. You want to start with the steak?
Let's start with the steak.
Ray Rastelli here.
Nice to see you, Jane.
Good to see you, too.
Nice to be here. You know, we got the holidays coming. We think about those incredible dinner parties and really how to impress your family, your guests, your friends. Well, let's start with the very, very best. So when we start with our steaks, we're talking about Black Angus center cut filet mignons that have been aged for 28 days. Now, what you can see is the moisture, the tenderness, the texture from this, because this is all center cut. And when we talk about age, Jane, what age does is just helps to make that beefy flavor even more pronounced, but that velvety texture that you're gonna get from the filet mignon is just unsurpassed. So when you're gonna do surf and turf and you want that elegant meal, start with the filet mignon.
This is my favorite cut of steak. I want it to be fork tender, and this is fork tender.
It really is. It'll never disappoint. I mean, when you can do this with a fork, look, with a fork.
It's just look
right
at that.
through it with a fork.
Right.
That's what really makes it. But you've got to start with the best, and that's what we start with, the very, very best. At the butcher shop around the holidays, this is what everyone comes in for, the surf and turf.
That's
so
right.
The filet mignon is really the best place to start for that.
That's for sure. All right, so that, again, is the reason why you want to place your order for this. Then to make it really that special holiday event, maybe it's New Year's for your family, or maybe it is, you know, Christmas. This is the crown jewel, and that is kind of the Cadillac of the seas. This is that Maine lobster that is wild caught, so it is absolutely tender and juicy. You can see how deliciously moist each one of those pieces are. We'll talk about those and again some details, but what I want you to know is that our buyers go directly to Ray and they say, what is the best that you can give us and the best price you can give us? And this is what he has put together for us for this holiday. There's nowhere that you can go and get 4 Black Angus, 6-ounce, by the way, filet mignons, paired with a lobster tail that's going to be 5 to 6 ounces, and expect it to be less than $34. I mean, there's just no way you can do that. That's what we're offering here. And that 4 count, by the way, is very popular. But if you buy the 8 count, so that means 4 people can eat twice, or you can break it into a surf or a turf dinner, whatever you want to do, however you configure it, it works out to be $26 less. So you're getting, for $252, 8 of each of these, and again, the opportunity to break it up however you want to. All right, so we're going in.
For the lobster tail. Now, we start with Maine lobster tails because they're the finest in the world. And the reason they are is because they come from cold waters. And you get a nice, crispy, crunchy taste out of it. And the reason for this, have you ever had a lobster tail that was really kind of mushy? Well, that's because they come from warm waters. These come right off the boat in Maine. They come right into our facility. They are cleaned and they're flash frozen. And that's how you get the beautiful texture, but you get that sweetness. You just said it. That sweet flavor from a Maine lobster tail.
Tender,
really,
not chewy.
Yes, really sets it
Before we go to our
apart.
tasters, would you show us the process?
Yes.
Because I know when a lot of people think about preparing, you don't want to mess it up.
No, you know, it's really, really simple. And as a butcher, you know, I always look for the quality first. So when we look at a whole filet mignon, you know that we age this for 28 days. But then Right out of here is where those center cut steaks are.
Okay.
Here are
That's
those
what
center cut steaks. Look at the marbling in there. That's what I call meat candy. Now, these are 6-ounce filet mignon, center cut with no fat. Typically, when you get a surf and turf in a restaurant, they're 4-ounce. And then the lobster tails are typically 4-ounce. These are 5-ounce tails. These are main tails. You'll notice the dark color because these are raw. We haven't steamed them yet.
Okay.
That's what we look for. We look for that dark colored shell because that means we know it's come from the coldest waters of Maine. And that's what gives it that beautiful, succulent, just sweet taste, but nice and firm, right? It's not rubbery, and that's what we want to make sure. If you're going to have the very best for your dinner party, if you're going to have that holiday entertaining, you want to make sure you give your guests the best.
Yeah, and not stress out about picking the quality meats than the preparing part. Just want to let you know that the 4-count in both ship weeks is now the most limited choice. If you want the 8, please ask about it. It really is the better deal. If you look at it per serving, it works out to be $31.52 per serving. So, and keep in mind too, these can stay frozen in your freezer for a full year. So if you get them now, you don't have to use them now. They're safe in your freezer for the year.
They are individually vacuum packaged
Right.
so that you've got to, they'll hold up for a year. The lobster tails are separate, so they stay separate from the meat items. And you'll notice the size of these. You can actually take one large steak, cut it in half, one of these large tails cut it in half, and out of one tail and one steak, actually make a surf and turf dinner. So your 4 goes to 8, or your 8 goes to 16 very, very quickly because the size of these.
Because that's a substantial
it really
proportion.
is a big steak, yes.
All right. Well, M66605 is your item number. We're going to go over to our tasting table and see what they have to say about this.
We've been really quiet over here.
Yes, we hear.
Russell Hubert and myself.
We hear very little.
Eating the whole time. Ray, you've done it again, like always. And I will say this, is that whenever I have anything from Ray Rastelli on the plate, I'm always eating the meat right away, especially the steak, because I love his fillets. But today I went right for the lobster.
Oh, it's just so incredible.
So unique and
so sweet and
great.
succulent.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
So what about you guys? What do you think?
I love it. You know, it's indulgent and the texture of the meat is great. And if you eat the fish, it's like if you're in the ocean. I mean, it's unbelievable.
It's so fresh.
Yeah, it's so
There's a
fresh.
freshness
Wonderful.
to it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wonderful. Really.
I think just the easiest way to elevate any holiday meal, lobster.
Oh, yeah.
That combination, it's just something about it. Very, very easy and just it's perfect.
So when I think about, again, surf and turf, New Year's Eve,
Yes.
every year, surf and turf, right? But this could be your Christmas Eve dinner. This could be your Christmas Day dinner. This could be a holiday party that you're throwing.
Very
or a
easily.
dinner party
Yes.
between Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Absolutely. And you know, you can slice these into small portions and make beautiful appetizers out of them. For me, I use this as a gift because
Oh, yeah.
around the
Great
holidays,
idea.
Yes.
the gift
Bubble.
that person is really difficult to buy for. When they get a surf and turf gift from you, they're going to be waiting for next year's too.
Yeah,
Or the
you're right,
person
right.
that you really
Setting the
love
bar
and you don't
really,
know what
really
to get.
high
Like
there,
my
Ray.
dad. It's like the thing, like, I want to get him something that he loves, right?
Yes.
This is really amazing. Pick it up today. The set of 4 is great because that's, 4 decadent dinners. Or you can have, again, like 2 lobsters, one for you and your partner, your spouse one night, 2 steaks another night, right?
Yes,
You could break it
yes.
up any way that you want, but get it on the Easy Pay, get it at this today only price because the price goes away. Is it, Jane, at the end of the day today?
It is. I would say I'm celebrating my 33rd wedding anniversary this year. I say celebrate it year round. Don't invite anybody else over. This is the meeting. This is the meal that you and your special someone share when you want to throughout the year. So here's what we have remaining. In the 4-count that is shipping immediately, we have 300 remaining. In the 4-count that ships out in December, we have 400 remaining. And in the 8-count immediately, we have 200 remaining. And in the December of the 8-count, we have 300. So please, again, think about picking this up today because, of course, free shipping and 6 easy pays on this. It works out to be $23.17 per month for the 4-count and 6 payments of $42 for your 8-count. A $26 saving on that 8-count. So again, you make the investment and then enjoy these throughout the year. So in preparing these, split back.
So simple.
Pull
Just
it out.
split the back. I like steaming them first.
Yep.
Split the back. pull that lobster
Look at
tail
that.
right out. Look at that. And look how beautiful that looks when you present it.
Present it on
Actually,
top.
this way, right
It doesn't
on
even
top.
need any butter or
It doesn't,
anything
really
else. The
doesn't. It is
flavor is
that decadent,
delicious. So
yes.
that's the difference between wild caught, Maine waters lobster and what you can find at the local grocery store. Continue to place your order for this. Once again, Ray always outdoes himself for us for the holidays. This is M66605 Rastelli's 4 or 8 count 6-ounce Angus beef and lobster tail. Thank you so much.